you get an opportunity basically to change the landscape of a city, which will be there for the next 25 to 50 years, depending on the project you're working on. And that's pretty amazing.
Every day you've got to deal with the future of the House of Commons, Trafalgar Square, Leicester Square. You're dealing with the most important, iconic buildings and properties and issues in the country.
We're here in Leicester Square. This is one of the council's biggest public realm projects that's undertaken in the last 5 years, costing about £17.5 million. The square itself and post-public realm design and implementation has generated about £500 million worth of investment.
When you're working for Westminster, you are dealing with some of the most experienced people who are operating in their own field. So you're dealing with the top architects, the top landowners, you're dealing with the people the top retailers, the people who run the major national galleries. You learn so much from them. You engage with them, you talk at the top level with them, and you become a better person and a more experienced person.
Responsible as part of a wider team looking at Oxford Street end to end, looking at what improvements we could make. Working on a landmark project like this with its huge amount of complexities, I think is incredibly exciting. There's loads of challenges, but there's loads of opportunities, and kind of working through all of those and coming up with a brilliant scheme that actually meets with the ambition of what we and our partners want, I think is what makes these kind of projects incredibly exciting and completely unique.
You have to be really passionate about what you do. You have to be passionate about the built environment. You have to have that real sense of, civic pride and really wanting to do something a bit different. This isn't a job. It's not even a career. It has to be a real passion.
I think the personal fulfillment for me is basically coming through to the square, not regularly, but walking through on occasions and just seeing what I have done and what I've been a part of, which is a pretty amazing thing. I mean, their friends say to me that the work that they do has an impact, but nothing on this scale. And so I think that's kind of the thing that you get a real kick and buzz out of.
The thing I would say about Westminster is you work with the best people, the most fantastic assets, and you get a huge amount of responsibility from a very early age. This is where it's happening. There's never been a more exciting time in London and the West End.